Global financial markets are crashing. $1.4 trillion lost in a single day as major indices are collapsing. The Japanese stock market has recorded its biggest losses since October of 1987, spurred by concerns that the United States economy may be in weaker shape and weaker health than previously thought. And even though Japan is on the other side of the world, this affects you, your money, your retirement, and your confidence in the future. We are witnessing the impact of fake values, fake money, and fake financial news. Will it collapse completely so we can get back to some truth and honest decision making, or will the charade carry on? Only time will tell. In this video, I'm going to give you the solution to building real wealth and freedom no matter what is going on in the stock markets. Hey my friends, my name is Ryan Lee and I'm a non-traditional financial strategist, and I help people take control over their money and their life by creating a passive income machine to achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. I've done it myself and I've helped hundreds of others do the same, and with the right mindset and strategy, I know you can too. Now listen, my friends, right now there is a lot of political and economic turmoil going on, not just here at home, but across the entire globe. Stock prices are primarily information. They tell investors where their capital can be most fruitfully employed. The important thing about this information is not that prices are high or even low, but that the information is honest. As the Japanese market dropped by 12% last week, American indices followed suit, revealing some truth to a very rate-hungry version of American speculators. The Dow plunged by more than 1,000 points as the global stock rout deepened and recession fears heightened. U.S. stocks crashed on Monday, with the Nasdaq shedding nearly 6%, deepening fears of the long-awaited recession that many economists have been predicting for not only months, but years. Since Thursday, the S&P is down about 7%, while the Nasdaq 100 is down 9%. Now here's the thing, my friends, the financial press are investigating the scene like a crime had been committed, trying to pinpoint the cause of the market crash.
Raising worries the economy may be headed for a recession and the Fed could have waited too long to start cutting interest rates. The Dow dropping more than 600 points on Friday, its worst day since May. The S&P had its worst week since April. The selling spreading to Asia overnight. Japan's Nikkei index tumbling 12%, its worst day since the stock market crashed back in October of '87.
As after a global sell-off, European and Asian markets plummeting around the world, and we've been looking at futures and they were more than 1,000 points down.
All of them in the red. You can see the Dow down almost 3 points, the Nasdaq down almost 3.5 points, and the S&P falling just short of losing 3% today.
They misunderstood almost everything, acting as if lower prices were worse than higher ones. But the truth is that central banks made it impossible for companies to tell the truth about their real value and the stocks that they were selling, which means if you bought those stocks, you were buying them without the actual truth. And deception is the only way that freedom can be removed. Fake money flooding into the economy to reduce the likelihood of a market correction only exaggerates the impact of the inevitable market correction. The tech sector alone, the Magnificent Seven, more than doubled in the last year alone. Nvidia rose to more than $3 trillion valuation, more than any company the world has ever seen. Its CEO, Jensen Huang, became a celebrity virtually overnight. But again, this is resting on the back of fake money, fake illusion, fake news, and fake values. Ask yourself this: in the last year, did the American economy, the production and the value of the economy, improve by what was being reported at the rate of growth inside of the stock market? The answer is a resounding no. And now the market seems ready to show signs of truth once and for all that it is massively overvalued. Now the analysts, they want to blame the Bank of Japan for raising interest rates last week, calling it a policy error. But it was just a desperate move to protect the yen after decades of policy errors in the other direction. Lending too much money at rates that were too low for too long leaves Japan with too much debt. Analysts also want to blame the Fed, suggesting that another policy error had actually happened. An emergency rate cut should have been the thing that would have saved the American economy. But the Feds kept the rates near zero for more than 10 years, causing all kinds of fakery in the markets. Fake money, leading to fake news, leading to fake reports, leading to fake valuations. All of this led to higher asset prices and a mountain of debts. In 2022, the Fed was forced to raise rates to fight inflation caused by cheap credit and stimulus checks. But higher rates are a death sentence to an overstretched debtor. I guessed back in 2022 that the Fed would stick with its inflation fighting until something breaks. Then, in a panic, it would cut rates again. Has something broken? Well, I don't know. Only time will tell. But if the Fed decides to step back in and try to preserve the bubble that has been inflating for too long now by lowering interest rates, they're only going to delay the inevitable collapse and the inevitable pop. And the longer we deny the truth from penetrating the market, the bigger the fail will ultimately be. Today, the market is impossible to accurately read. Experts predict crashes, rebounds, and accelerated growth all within the same sentence. But what an expert forecasts and your reality are two massively different things. If you're watching this video right now, you're probably tired and overwhelmed by the chaos of the market. If you've recently lost money, I have a solution for you. Walk away. It's actually really simple. Wall Street and the markets aren't for investors. They're for speculators, the ones who like the hype, the ones who buy into the lies, the ones who can't ever make a sound decision because they're working with erroneous data. Now, don't get me wrong, speculating, it can be fun. It's exhilarating to make money without knowing why you're actually making it. But the ride to the moon, it never lasts. Wall Street is for speculators and Main Street, it's for owners. The cure to speculating is simple. It's becoming an investor. Investors are different than speculators. They're not trying to make a quick buck and move on to the next speculation. All a speculator actually does is blow more hot air into the already overinflated balloon. An investor believes in one thing that a speculator is too lazy to attempt: actual ownership. The American dream wasn't founded on the idea of letting Wall Street simply make you rich. It was about owning something, a business, a piece of land, real estate. At the foundation of the notion penned into existence in the Declaration of Independence was life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is derived from John Locke's version of life, liberty, and property. You look at the world differently when you stop playing the short game of speculators and start playing the long game of investors who find something that they want to own and grow over the long run. Here's my bet. The market will continue to deliver both highs and lows. These fluctuations will become more and more pronounced and extreme with more manipulation and fake money until there is an inevitable correction back to the truth. Famed economist Harry Dent predicts that we are in what he calls an everything bubble that will necessitate corrections as high as 80 to 90%. Now, I'm not saying I want this. I'm not saying it won't be difficult, but it is impossible to know if the market has any real value until it is forced to tell the truth. So until then, I'm going to work right here on Main Street. I'm going to help people just like you build their passive income machine, take ownership, own real assets that have real value over a long period of time, and help real people. I'll keep an eye on Wall Street because, my friends, it's a fun sitcom to watch. But if you're ready to get off of the hamster wheel and step away from the fakery, the chaos, and the noise, then come join me right here and the rest of us who are building real empires through investing in ownership. My friends, the goal of this channel is to help you rise up and live free, to take control over your financial future today. And the only way that this can happen is if you're willing to take ownership. That's it, my friends. That's my market forecast for you today. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button, join the community, and start building your ownership and freedom right now.